What if I told you that in the roaring 1920s, America already had an electric car you could buy for just $125, and it looked like a bench with wheels? Ladies and gentlemen, and my friend Timmy, gather round, because today we're diving headfirst into a vehicle so tiny, so simple, so downright adorable, it makes my neighbor Bob's conspiracy bunker look over-engineered. This isn't a car. It's more like what a car dreams about when it wants to feel humble. We're talking about the Auto Redbug, America's original, I can't believe it's legal electric vehicle. It's got wood, it's got wire wheels, it's got no gears, and somehow it's still ended up in the Guinness Book of Records. But before we roll down this wooden lane of automotive absurdity, don't forget to subscribe to Cool Ideas, where we dig up the weirdest, wildest, and most whisper-quiet cars in history. Let's start at the beginning, back in the golden age of wooden wheels and unfiltered optimism. The Auto Redbug is what happens when someone looks at a go-kart and says, what if this was somehow less practical? Originally, it was the Smith Flyer, a plank on wheels with an outboard engine strapped to the back. In 1919, Briggs & Stratton took over, and by 1924, the torch and a few splinters was passed to the Automotive Electric Service Corporation of New Jersey, a name so long it probably took longer to say than the car took to build. They renamed it the Auto Redbug, which sounds like a cocktail Timmy once invented that gave us all pink eye. This thing looks like something your grandpa built in the shed, but make no mistake, it was sold in Abercrombie & Fitch. Back then, they sold sporting goods. Now, they sell $80 T-shirts that self-destruct after one wash. Progress? Anyway, let's talk specs. Because if we don't, someone in the comments is going to get real upset and start quoting Wikipedia like it's gospel. The Redbug measured about 6 feet 11 inches long, 2.1 meters, 3 feet 3 inches wide, 1 meter, and 2 feet 7 inches tall, 0.8 meters. With a wheelbase of 5 feet 2 inches, 157 centimeters, and a total weight somewhere between 330 and 440 pounds, 150 to 200 kilograms. The early models had a Briggs & Stratton motor wheel, but supply issues said nope, and in came the fully electric Auto Redbug. It used a 12-volt direct current northeast electric motor powered by two 6-volt lead-acid batteries. The motor drove one rear wheel, had no gears, no clutch, and the entire interface consisted of 2 pedals. Go and stop. That's it. Power output? Now, here it gets fun. Some say 0.58 horsepower, some say 2.5 horsepower in later versions. Either way, you weren't beating anyone in a drag race unless the other guy was walking backward uphill with gout. The top speed? About 10 to 12 miles per hour, 16 to 19 kilometers per hour. That's perfect for chasing ducks around your estate. Range? About 20 to 30 miles, 32 to 48 kilometers per charge. Not bad for something built like a Victorian baby carriage with a battery pack. Now let's address the design. This thing was minimalist before minimalism was trendy. It had a wooden buckboard chassis with open seating, bicycle wheels with rubber tires, and a red battery box that looked like it came straight out of a magician's disappearing act. Suspension? That's a generous term. Let's just say it had metal that flexed sometimes. No clutch, no gear stick, no fumes, no oil puddles. Perfect for people who wanted a car but didn't want, a real car. It was sold as a toy for the rich, a resort shuttle, a gentleman's golf cart before golf carts were a thing. It even ended up in the hands of Ettore Bugatti, who bought one for his son Roland. That's right, Bugatti Jr. got a Redbug. So how much did this masterpiece of wooden electric simplicity cost? Back in 1924, it sold for just $125, roughly $2,200 today. That made it the cheapest production vehicle ever built, and yes, it earned a Guinness World Record for that. Today, buckle up. At R.M. Sotheby's Hershey auction in 2019, one sold for $24,200. Another in 2025 fetched $13,108, while the low-budget cousin went for $3,250 online. Which proves one thing: people will buy anything that makes them feel rich and weird at the same time. And I've got to say, I actually liked the Redbug. It knew what it was, a fun, practical little oddball. Didn't pretend to be a limo, it didn't overpromise, it just bugged around estates, resorts, and fancy driveways. It was the vehicle equivalent of that one uncle who shows up, makes everybody laugh, then disappears for 3 years. And now, dear viewers, if you chuckled, learned something, or at least now know what not to buy during a midlife crisis, consider becoming a channel sponsor. Sponsor links in the description. Big thanks to all our current supporters. You folks keep this wooden ship sailing. See you next time. And remember, electric dreams started with wood, and rich people too lazy to walk.